Oh,
we
there's
got,
our special guest.
she's got the T-shirt. Tracy's here.
Hey,
All right.
Lucky.
All right. Welcome, Tracy. It's always
Oh, I
great to
can't
have you with
hear.
us.
I can't hear anybody. I can't
Really?
hear you.
How does that happen?
Yeah, you were perfectly fine.
He's just talking to. I can't hear Dave either. I can hear you.
Really?
I can't hear Dave.
Oh,
Can
can you
anybody
hear
hear
me?
me? I can hear
I
you.
can
I
hear
can't
you.
hear
I
Dave.
can hear
What'd you
you.
do?
I can hear you.
Did you mute him? Here, I know sign language.
No, I'm not muted.
Could you hear Dave? Yeah, just say yes or no. Can you hear Dave?
I
No?
cannot hear Dave.
That's strange.
All right. Can people in the audience hear
Let me
me?
go
Yeah,
back
let's
out
do-
and come back in. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
Stella, can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah,
and
let's
that's
do-
what you
let's do that.
Tracy. Go out and then come. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Lori Ann says I can hear all three.
Okay. Could you,
Can I hear you?
Trace? Could you hear Dave or no?
How about now,
I
Tracy?
still can't hear Dave. We just heard him.
Well, I don't
How
know
could
what
that
to
be?
say.
Can everybody
that-
else hear Dave?
Yeah,
I can hear
people
Dave.
in the audience.
Oh my
Erin
gosh,
hears
let me
all
go
three.
back out.
Lori Ann hears
Let me
all
just
three.
what do I gotta
Stella,
do?
all three are
You know
good.
what? Let's do this. Let me, Dave, run the show. You reboot your computer and see if that works. And we'll see you in a
Okay.
little bit. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
All right. So,
This is Matt. This is Larry. Now it's
which
Tracy.
I don't understand. What I
I don't
understand.
understand it.
I don't understand
There's
how we were just
something
talking.
that they're doing when we run that little intro.
Yeah.
There's something they're doing. They're fiddling. They're fiddling about with the camera, microphone, or whatever it is, so that when the little video ends, they're
Let's try this.
all right, try to add an
All right.
out.
Could you hear?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
good.
making
Oh, wow.
It was me.
I was mocking you unmercifully.
Oh, come on. Don't be that way. It's
I
Wednesday.
was saying that you, Matt, Larry, and so far not Donay, but there must be something that you guys are doing once, like we run that little intro video.
yeah.
Like you must be fiddling. You're fiddling
No.
with something. You know you
I
are.
don't touch anything.
You're
You know,
fiddling.
I never had any problems before today, so I don't know. It just might be.
Oh, I know. You're like the
It's
people
the
from Microsoft.
aliens. It's the aliens. We know they're coming.
That's like when I try and contact Microsoft support personally,
Exactly.
right? Not through
There
the
you go.
company, not through Blaze or anything else, but just personally. I was trying to say, Microsoft, you having any issues there? No, it's just you.
No, that's how oh my goodness. Just you're gonna get me going here. When you call up for your internet, right? They can't just admit that the internet's down. They have to be like, oh, I don't know. What are you
That's
talking
because
about?
you have to call the president of the internet.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't getting through then.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
hear
right.
that all the time. All right.
All right,
we
now
got
hold on. We got a bunch of people here. Let's just say hi for a second. We have Melinda's here. Melinda was first. She beat Phil.
Oh,
Phil's
wow.
here. Daniel's here. Kay's here. Beverly. Debbie made it. Granifor. Erin's here. Lori Ann. Cheryl. Stella. Did I say Beverly already? Yeah, I did. Okay. Forgive me, guys, if I say your name twice or whatever, because Harold's here. Harold Caffey Jr.'s here.
And
he says we can hear
that's
you.
the other good half.
He says we can hear you. And Tracy, where's my keys? No, he didn't. He didn't say that. Donald's here. Let's see. Irma's here. Oh, this is fantastic. These people are fantastic. Let's see. Ginger's here. Debbie's here. All right. Shantae's here. All right. Sherry's here. Boy, beautiful. Beautiful. Packed house. Wow. Now, look, guys, we put out a post about XRP. Gene did a video, and then I quoted that, and then the George account chimed in and so on about XRP and the Clarity Act and so on. And already the people on the commenters are saying that number one, XRP does not need the Clarity Act. Technically, That's true. Neither does Bitcoin. Neither does any of the coins. They don't need the Clarity Act. But if XRP is going to get institutional investment and then be utilized in transactions and so, you need the Clarity Act.
Listen, why would they even care? If you hold XRP, what are you going to do? Not root for the Clarity Act? Well, we don't need it. What is it trading at? What, 60, 70 cents? What are we trading at?
What, XRP is 14 today.
How much?
$1.14.
Okay, all right. So you got that. Why would they say, well, we don't need the Clarity Act? If it gets the Clarity Act, you realize that the institutional money, the investors, will put it in ETFs. So basically, they put it and bundle it in with all these other things like Disney stock or whatever they want to do, and then it's part of it's part of the system.
Right.
But otherwise, it's just like any other coin per se.
But it's more than that. And just let me say this, and then Tracy, comment on what I'm saying. Here's the problem. The problem is that most of the people that are promoting for personal gain XRP are doing so under the guise that our current financial system is collapsing or needs to collapse or whatever, to be taken over by the quantum financial system, which involves quantum computers on satellites that are running a parallel financial system. First of all, I will guarantee that is not true.
Well, who are they saying
quantum computers on satellites?
Who are they? So, no, seriously, who are they saying owns these? I don't even know. I'm not that deep in it. Who are they saying owns it?
It's the other cabal.
Yeah,
it's not the
real
bad
cabal.
No, please, no. Like, just tell me like what it is. Like, I don't even understand this. Okay.
Yeah. The banks,
So
this
that's
what
thing.
it is.
And
you know, people are waiting on that, for the banks to collapse and the ETS to go off so they can flip the switch. And all of this is made up. So they don't think the banks are going to be there, is why they're saying, you don't need the Clarity Act, right? What is the Clarity Act? It's the opposite of what the fake influencers say, and it's all about money gain, really.
The Clarity Act opens the door for XRP to be utilized as it was intended by Ripple within transactions. So in other words, by utilizing XRP, your transactions are instant.
Exactly.
And much less costly, by the way. So, that bolsters the current financial system and the US dollar.
They just don't get it. They've been sitting in rooms listening to people and not doing their own, real research, because there's a little group, like not a little group, it's a big group. But what they do is they pass around the junk and they just think that's research. It's not real research. I mean, you could just look it up for yourself. A lot of people are too lazy to go find it. So when someone's talking to them, they're not.
The whole thing with this is just a whole movement to say everything about the United States is system, the politicians, are they dirtbag politicians? Yes. Okay, it is. But this system that was created works pretty good. There's checks and balances. The checks and balances even checks President Trump. It has the courts, and then they bounce back, and it sucks for Trump because he's got to work with Congress, and everything works fine. The dollar works fine, so much so that people are afraid. These other countries are afraid of sanctions because they're kicked out of the banking system. So they say, hey, we got Bitcoin. Then we got Bitcoin, and we got bypass the banks. And now they're saying, okay, well, now we're taking Bitcoin and XRP into the system that used to put thumb screws on every other country. But they don't want that. So whose side are they on? You realize that
not on the side of the United States. That's
it's. I think people got sucked into thinking that they're going to make a lot of money in a very short period of time, and that's the thing that holds them to the people lying to them, because it's just like, what's next? What's coming next? Is it going to flip? The switch going to flip? No, there's no flip of the switch. And if once people realize that have you put it in lobster wallet. They're giving you classes and they're telling you this, and they think they know everything. And that's the
Yeah.
problem. And it's not like that. They're waiting for that EBS. It's never going to happen.
Well, we'll touch on the EBS in just a
Okay.
second, because Gene showed me a post this morning that was unbelievable. But Donna, I want to answer Donna's question. Can XRP be used alone for purchases? Not yet, but once it is adopted through the Clarity Act by major banks, banks will be putting out XRP debit cards. Of course.
Guys, if I could just say this again, because it's like this is exactly what's going on. Iran, who is against the United States, the regime, because the United States put sanctions on them, they're like, screw you, we'll just use Bitcoin. And then what happened is Kash Patel, which that's part of the reason why they hate him, took all their Bitcoin that was funneled through Thailand and just took it from them, stole it. Whatever, I don't mean steal it, just took it from them because it's illegal.
This affection with Thailand?
Because that's where they're all hanging out there. I don't know, whatever.
I'm
hanging
telling
out
you.
with lady boys. I don't know.
But some kind of affection with Thailand. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, but my point is, because of those sanctions, basically sanctions mean this: you can't play in our playground. Those banks, you can't run wires, you can't move money, you can't do exchanges, you can't use our dollar. Bye. Good luck. Have fun. So then they use Bitcoin. And they're like trading in Bitcoin. And then now it's institutionalized. Bitcoin is in the Clarity Act. And so they say, okay, well, now this is with part of our system now. And they don't want that. But that's the strength of the United States, is the banking system where we can make, what's that word called, sanctions on them. Say, listen, you as a country, we don't need you.
Go and another thing about Bitcoin, they said it was going down to zero and that it was basically for trafficking children, and and XRP was going to be the only one. See how this is changing? You just said that Bitcoin was going to be in the Clarity Act, so it's eventually going to catch up with these dudes.
Listen, Bitcoin is and through the Clarity Act, Bitcoin is under the control of the CTFC, CFTC, which is the crypto version of the FTC. And that is an organization that has been, that's within the Clarity Act to be formed. And Bitcoin is under the full jurisdiction of that. So this is going to be a very interesting thing. Listen, all of the crypto coins, because there was zero regulation, right? And people thought, oh, we're going to get that. No one can track me. And first of all, they can track it. Number two is that whenever you have situations like this, where there's methods of trade that can't be traced or allegedly can't be traced, the ones that take advantage of it are the criminals.
Right.
Well, it's organized crime that jumps in there.
That's what's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening in those other places too. Exactly. And they're just knowing the people. But
like when you say, "Oh, I'm going to set up a platform, like a community platform, like an X or Facebook, and it's going to have complete free speech." You know what happens? All of the lunatics come out of the woodwork and flood the thing with their crazy posts.
Exactly.
So the next thing you know, you got problems from all sides because there's hate speech all over the place, and you got to take the site down. Can't have anything nice with these people.
No. Well, because a lot of them are, they don't want you to know what they're doing, really, what the right hand's doing from the left. But let's face it. You just said that they can track it. Well, what is tracking? Our phones are tracking us. GPS is, we got Ring, we got security systems. They're tracking you already.
Right. And Gene, when Cash was in Thailand and they obtained all of that cryptocurrency, how did they actually get it? What was it stored in?
It's stored in the cell phones. They took the cell phones.
Right.
Okay, and Dave, you checked me on this. The cell phones, they're using the cell phones as their cold wallet.
Yeah.
Cold wallet.
The wallet is stored on the cell phone.
Right.
And then they have their biological lock on there, whether it's their fingerprint or their face or their eyeball or whatever it is, to unlock the phone. So they're you want to know how you get around all of this? Blend.
Well, they're blending, all right. I can tell you where they're
You
blending.
want to know what? You want to have your email? Set up a Gmail or set up an Outlook.com email. Blend.
Yeah.
You want to be, I want to be private. You want to be on Proton Mail? That's where they know all the criminals are. Because it's all locked down and private. You can't lock down email.
Oh, Dave, could you? I think we talked about this before. This is going off the cuff. Did you say that all these, a lot of these programs, they leave a back door open for the law enforcement, don't they?
Of course. They all do. All of these privacy, they use the DuckDuckGo browser or the Brave browser, and they make it does nothing. No, it's unpowered. I can visit. Now, what are you doing? You're using Brave browser to visit Facebook? You see what I'm saying? The people that are really concerned about this, they're not using these privacy browsers for Facebook and X and sending email. They're visiting illegal sites on the dark web. They're going through various nodes through the Onion and all of this. That's what's going on.
That's interesting you said that because that's interesting you said that because Dave, when you go into Telegram, Discord, they want you to do your research on DuckDuckGo. And when you said that, I was like, wow. They don't want you to Google. They say that's fake.
Daniel knows.
Yeah.
Daniel knows. Daniel knows the Onion router. That's right. But what people have discovered from the Onion router and so on is that most of those exit nodes, Daniel, are run by the FBI.
I don't even know what the Onion router is.
You're better
off.
Is it
like the Slap Chop? Is it like Slap Chop? Who did the Slap Chop?
No, it's where all these illegal drugs and arms dealers and other type of dealers try to set up shop in the dark where no one can see them on the internet.
Okay.
Very, very bad things. Very bad things. Very bad things. So the thing is, if you want to know what, if MAG is very concerned about child sex trafficking, that's where it's happening. Right? That's where it's going on. That's where these lunatics with their
is that the same as the dark web?
The dark web.
Okay, I see. Listen, the craziest thing. I don't even know about all these things. Seriously, but whatever.
So the FBI runs a lot of these exit nodes, and because they use the stings. That's how they shut these sites down. And all of these people. I'm all set. I got my 5 different VPNs that I ping off of, and I got this, and I got that, and I got that. Yeah. And so as soon as they're able to they see one of your websites or one of your visits, or they recognize your browser, boom, you're tagged now. That's why I keep saying, if you want to just have a nice, peaceful, private life, blend in.
All right.
This is going to save the day.
That's right. Q is for quantum.
Yeah.
And there are no quantum computers floating around on satellites.
That's all psyop talk.
Not at this
time. It's all BS talk.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is. They blend in certain phraseology that's true, but then they apply it to fiction.
Right. They're not there for you. They're there for their pockets. It's deep.
Well, this is Dave. Going with that first story. Is this fiction? Hold on.
Just your mom, Brad. Just your mom. They're just going to monitor your mom. I'm just kidding, Brad. So because they're child predators, everyone should be monitored 24/7. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not just child predators. It's
but they're not really being. they're not being monitored. They could pull it out, but they're not being monitored.
Right. Our justice system
Okay.
is an after the fact justice system. So in other words, we're not Minority Report. So you have to actually commit the crime, and then the law enforcement's called in to resolve the crime. Right? But being proactive, you have to set up things for monitoring. And that's what the NSA does, frankly. The NSA captures everything. And then when there's probable cause.
Right, when there's probable cause.
Right. They submit, they submit a request to the NSA for all of the traffic from this IP address or whatever it is. And you can't hide behind a VPN. They know it's you. Okay,
so here's a situation. When I got approved by Secret Service to be next to the was then the candidate, but later the president of the United States, I got to give them all the information. But I'm willingly giving them information, and I'm sure I don't know what their system is. I'm sure they take it and then they run it through their program to see who I might be talking to and all this stuff. Yeah, but that's different. But like if I'm just minding my own business, I don't think they're like taking it and spying on us this way. It's just that later on, it's a good illustration is you go into the Walmart, you're walking around. No, yes, they're recording you, but no one's doing anything with it. It's just like if you walk out with someone's like, let's go back on the tape and see what's up. It's the same principle, right?
Right. So if you're in one of these Telegram groups talking about what it takes to put together a homegrown bomb and where to buy the materials, all of these groups, they're monitored. They're monitored for this kind of activity.
They always watch you. Mm-hmm. And if anybody thinks that they're going to hide anything, it's all on recording. You guys are just spilling the beans everywhere.
Right. And the other thing is, and if it wasn't caught and it became a catastrophe and lives were lost and so on, then here comes the civil rights groups. Why wasn't law enforcement monitoring this kind of thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. You got to. You want to talk about this knee thing?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right, because you want to get into. Is this Fantasyland, Dave Blaze? Okay, so we did this. Surgeons are cloning your knees in the cloud and make it possible. Oh my goodness, did I read that right? Surgeons are cloning your knees in the cloud made possible by AI. All right, Dave, this is you want. I can't believe we're talking about cloning, but anyway, what's going on with this here?
All right. So first of all, Tracy, did you happen to catch Maria Bartiromo's show this morning?
No, I didn't. I wish I did.
He had this guy on, this Dr. Pearl. This Dr. Pearl was on there, and he was explaining how they do it. They actually, create a knee replacement. And then with AI, the artificial intelligence, they run through the scans and all of that. So it creates the knee replacement. And then through the use of artificial intelligence, they actually put it through the wear and tear of your lifestyle. Wow. Like your height, your weight, what you do all day and so forth and so on, what you do for work, whatever it is. And they put that knee replacement through that wear and tear to see if they have to make it stronger, if it's good as it is, or whatever. This is all stuff that in the past has been done by like trial and error.
That is awesome. That's awesome. I mean, look at that. We're going like forward. Like it's amazing what I'm seeing happening. I'm excited. Bionic woman.
Dave, with this, you said that you could, with this technology, that they will be able to later on with 6G beam that knee to a person.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's say.
Teleport.
Yeah. So let's say the machine to create the knee is in one particular hospital. And there's a knee replacement surgery patient that's in a different one on the other side of the country. Instead of doing the usual by plane or helicopter, they'll just teleport it. They'll put it in the teleporter with a ham sandwich and send it on over.
You don't see the problem. Do you see potential problems in this, Dave Blaze?
No.
All right. Well, I have
Good.
some. I have some proof of potential
Orange
problems.
chicken would find something.
Yeah, I am. Here's the problem.
All right. All right.
Transporter room, emergency beam up now. Scotty, beam us up fast. Fast.
Beam me up.
You don't see the problem?
Only you.
Right after that, listen, right after that, Spock beat the living daylights out of Scotty.
Ears. It's Spock ears.
You don't see the problem in this? It's like, beat me up a knee. It's like,
Yeah. Beam me up and
quickly,
Scotty.
quickly. No.
It's awesome where we're going.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, don't forget that the doctors are going to be able to appear in the operating room as well as a hologram over 6G.
Right.
I love
Right.
this.
No,
This
this is
Star
this
Trek.
is real stuff. I already see the test of it.
Yeah. It's
Star Wars.
I mean, thank God it's coming. But listen, no matter what, I think it was you, Tracy, that said this, no matter what medical advancements we get, that has no bearing on your relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ.
No, yeah.
Right? You don't stop reading your Bible and no, I don't need God now. I'm going to live for, 1,000 years.
Daily bread.
No, you're not.
I don't know how people do it without God. Every morning I'm talking to him. I look at, every minute of the day, if I'm just standing there or doing something, I'm always thinking about God. Even, when I had my own personal, before I left chat, they all know that I always talked about God. And one thing they didn't talk about is a lot of them didn't talk about God. And if their God might be different than what I perceive it. But I tell you what, I don't know how they're living with, because if you don't have a personal relationship with the Lord, how is your life going? It just seems like it's in chaos and turmoil, and things are. If you don't have something to trust in and believe in and read your word of God, I don't know how people are getting away with not doing it. I mean, how do you live? And, we're living in the end times, Dave.
I know.
We're living. I mean, it's biblical. It's prophecies come true.
I don't know if it's out there yet. I think it is. I don't know if VJ put it up, but it was yesterday. We had that good quote from Dave Blaze with all these people in the technology that basically the technology showed them that there is a God, a Lord.
Yes. The more there are no atheists at IBM's quantum research. I'll tell you that right now. They're not out there going, well, we can't really see any sign of God, and not those guys.
Okay.
And they move forward with great, and not only that, but they move forward with great respect. Like they don't want to, aggravate God himself in what they're doing. So everything is carefully planned out, and it's really an amazing. I got to tell you. So
that's awesome.
Now, Gene, there was a couple more big things that we wanted to
I want to talk about this one. With quantum, and it's at 6G that all this internet speeds up much faster. Correct?
Yeah. Well, that's right. Q is for quantum. So the thing is there is coming the advanced quantum fiber technology, which is going to, on one hand, be for residential customers.
Okay, is it like fiber, like fiber optics, or?
It's like fiber optics times 1,000. So literally, everything is instant. Now, of course, the machines will have to be able to handle that.
Let me ask
So
you
I don't-
something. There have been, I know some friends that are putting in the fiber optic cable, and they've been doing it for the last 5 years since COVID and stuff. It's already progressing that way. I mean,
oh
so
yeah,
it's been going into this direction
right. Now
for a
imagine.
while.
Now here's the thing: the original fiber optic cables that were laid, they're being replaced.
Oh, are they? Oh, wow.
Yeah, because and you get to ask your friends. This is all
Okay.
being spearheaded by the company that was formerly Sprint,
Oh,
and yeah, they got taken over this something anyway. So they're the ones that are on the forefront of this, and now with the advent of quantum computing and the AI data centers and so on, they need to, everything needs to be much faster.
wow. So they're going to dig it up and put it back into the
Yep.
ground?
Yeah.
Wow.
So imagine the
You're like,
extra
who just did
job.
this?
Okay, so really quick, does the average consumer still use cable there, or is it are they, because it's not Skylink to us, right? It's
Well, you know what's going to happen. The
Oh,
your
boy.
cable company is going to force you to upgrade your modem and router,
Yeah.
and then you're going to need to get a new laptop because the modems that are in the current generations of laptops. I mean, when this comes down the pike, and it's not going to be a long time either. You know, this is one of the reasons why Google is moving to an all Android operating system, which is all ARM processor based. Microsoft is getting rid of all of their legacy code on Windows as much as possible and moving Windows to an ARM based thing. The same with the Macs. Mac OS is all ARM based now. ARM meaning it's the same type of processor that's in your phone.
this is perhaps one of the most annoying things about slow internet. Check this out.
You go ahead and talk. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. Are you talking right now?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you?
trying to. Go ahead.
All right, this is. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm just
Fine
gonna.
enough.
I'm gonna talk, and you just keep.
No,
Okay.
it's you.
I'm sorry.
No. It's
All right,
just
I'll
my
go
internet
and-
connection.
That's the best.
Oh, here.
That's the best.
Hello. Remember
That's
this?
right. That's right. I'm telling you, what it's gonna here's bread. Here's bread. We love bread.
Okay.
Off grid is sounding more promising every day. The next time you see Brad, he's gonna have 2 cans and a string, and this is
Yeah.
how he's gonna be
You shall for
communicating
Brad.
with everyone.
All right. I don't know how many times we've
Now
done
listen,
that.
listen to ridiculous. First, Daniel, you're on the money with the Onion router and all of that, and the browser, and now you come out with this. If Windows would use a Linux kernel, I would appreciate it. Linux has Windows has a great kernel, and when you think about it, the fact that Windows is utilized and works very well on all sorts of configurations of computers going back decades. So at least a decade and a half. So that's a marvel in and of itself. The thing that Windows struggles with is that it has to maintain all of this legacy code. When I say legacy code, it still has the code in there from Windows 95. And it has to carry that for the enterprise customers, right? The big banks, the large physicians, lawyers' offices, factories, corporations that have Windows-based software that's built on old legacy coding, and they've got to maintain that, or else they'll lose that business. They're trying desperately to get away from it.
All right. If we could move over to this here in the dispatch, White House takes victory lap over Discovery.
We want to get to that too, but Donna has a big thing here. The only kernel I have is in my popcorn. Donna, that's absolutely true. And Gene has tried to replace the kernel in his laptop with a kernel of popcorn.
The only kernel we want is
Won't this
KFC.
work?
KFC.
It is.
All right.
That's Buddy Data.
This voter roll thing, it's okay. Let me play the video that you guys can comment on this. Here we go.
In June of 2023, nearly 3 years before I became governor, a serious software error in New Jersey's motor vehicle system led to the improper voter registration of what we believe to be roughly 6,600 people in our state. When New Jerseyans applied for a driver's license or identification at the MVC, they were asked if they wanted to register to vote. In the case of this error, some individuals indicated that they weren't citizens and weren't eligible to vote, but the software registered them anyway.
Okay, this is how the cheating is done. The Democrats knew they'd bring in all of these people through the border, get them situated in neighborhoods, give them a driver's license because they got, if you want to get them into society to work, pay taxes, drive around, have a job. And through the driver's license, they would register them to vote. And that's what they were doing. That is how the cheating is done. It was not done the way that the experts on X and Rumble are saying it was done. It's done by ballot harvesting and on the Republican side, gerrymandering, and through this felonious tactic of giving everyone that's a non-citizen a driver's license. And
how do you accidentally register them to vote like that?
Oh yeah, it's not accident. That's built in. That's built into the system. Any programmer knows that, right? Because that is their system. When somebody goes and gets a driver's license, when you're 18 years old or whatever it is, and you get a driver's license, you automatically register to vote.
Okay, now just so you know, because I'm always like, okay, what does the other side think of it? Like the anti-Save Act people, right? Like for the politicians, I can understand, like, okay, like the Democrat, if we do this, we're going to lose. But do you guys know what they're thinking on the other side, like the leftist side of what their reasonings, like how it's unfair?
I'm sure.
That's why the Democrats were never against showing a driver's license.
Right.
What they were against is what's in the SAVE Act right now, and that's proof of citizenship.
Right.
Okay. Right.
I
Right.
read
Check.
that,
Okay.
yes.
Just so this is we as pro Save America Act things. This is just to understand that this is their mentality, and Dave and I know this because we follow this podcast show on the left. But just to get a viewpoint, here we go.
Kinds of ID for voting, which would impact 9% of American citizens of voting age who don't have this kind of proof of citizenship that is required. And of course, it's going to impact people of color and marginalized communities and poorer people and rural people as well, because of the attack, and disabled people because of the attacks on mail-in voting. But that's 9% of Americans would be disenfranchised by this, by the Bipartisan Policy Center's estimates. That's 21 million people. And that is, I think, a conservative estimate here, because that's just like direct. There are, something like 70 million women in this country who don't have on their birth certificate the name that they've changed, their married name. They're married, and that would not suffice in terms of proving their citizenship.
Your thoughts? I mean, and I respect. I don't know her name.
Emma.
Emma. I do respect her. I really do. I think she's like quirky explaining it. But what do you guys think? I mean, is this a legit? Really, like, just to be fair on it, is it a legit argument?
Well, not with There is no change to absentee ballots.
On
There's
the
not
state
gonna
of
be any
currently. Okay.
Yeah, because with an absentee ballot, you have to apply for it.
Okay.
then you receive it, right? Then when you fill it out, you fill out your ballot, and you need 2 other people to sign your envelope showing that, you know, you're legitimate. And then you send it back, and you can track your vote right into the system.
Okay.
That's how absentee ballots work. It's very super secure.
Okay. So does she have a point here? I'm just taking the leftist side here. Does she have a point here?
Well,
And
of
this is the
course she
problem.
has a point, because here's the thing: if you go up and down your street and you happen to knock on your neighbor's doors and you say, "Hey, do you have a copy of your birth certificate?" They're gonna go, "No." So how are they gonna prove they're a citizen? You know what they're gonna do? Not vote.
Exactly. And that's what they're trying to get you to do in the radicalizations of these chats.
Right.
It's the same thing.
So we
You
gotta,
know what
we
I
gotta
think
be,
is they don't want to.
Go ahead.
The thing is, I don't think, they're just making up excuses because they won by doing what they were doing, even if it was legal. But really, technically, it wasn't by using all this, having all these immigrants to come in without citizenship. They know. And so when you do the Save America Act, what's that going to? They're over there going, "Oh my goodness, if this gets
Okay.
passed, we're screwed."
Then now they're calling this the like this is okay. Already we know with this. I'm just putting it where it is. The gerrymandering already gave the Republican Party 10 to 12 seats or whatever.
10 to
You got
12
that
seats,
advantage.
Right.
So you have that. We Republicans already have the lead or the both houses. So they got like some runs to give up. So you got that as well. Save America Act, if it gets passed, I hate to say, like, I get it. You can't say, well, don't vote, but like you have to vote. But this is the death blow to the
Yes.
Republican Democrat Party, wouldn't it be?
Democrat
it
Party
is. It is.
and
But with
to some other people.
here's the problem I see. Everything sounds wonderful and good and all of that.
Yeah.
But when you go across, see, the Save Act, the Save America Act is aimed at the coastal states, okay, where they figure, that a lot of the ballot harvesting is happening. All right. So a situation like this would remedy that, but it's also going to be a death blow to the rural states in the middle. The flyover states that are red and always vote Republican, I'm telling you right now, a lot of those people are not like sitting on their birth certificates. They're not, it's not like they've got them saved away in a file somewhere. It ain't like that. So and then you're going to call up the hospital you were born in, and the hospital you were born in got shut down, and if they don't know where the files are, and blah blah blah. Where do you see the mess?
All right.
So that's why we got both the Republicans. The Republicans are like, yeah, we like the Save Act, but it's going to cause problems for us too.
Well,
All right,
do we want to
really
save
quick, the Save
our
Act-
elections, or do we want to save our elections? We got to do what we got to do. Yeah, pass
Look,
that Save America Act.
we have to have greater safeguards on the mail-in ballots.
Yes.
This business of registering everybody with a driver's license and letting them vote, that's crazy talk. You can't do that. So that's got to be done away with. And the way the government is doing it now, I think they're withholding money until the states shore up their voter rolls.
Basically, cull them is what you're saying.
Right. They need to get all those people that were accidentally registered. They need to get them off.
Okay.
Accidentally.
And all of the people who have died and the people who have moved away,
That's
whatever, they
crazy.
got to get them off the voters. So they got to clean them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once that's done, well, I got to tell you, it'll be a pretty good show.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do the daily devotional. I still want to talk about the snakes before we finish up here. By the way, we've decided about a month ago to make sure we put the full devotional in our show. So I know we have a lot of new people here. It's our daily segment here. So this was the one from today. Here we go.
Yep.
In the business world, it's very simple to say, this is why I'm a success, because you have your product and you sell your product. People buy it, and that's a good measure of being successful. However, does that same thing translate to churches? In other words, if your church is vibrant, it's growing, could you say, hey, this is where the truth is. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Or is there something else? Now, of course, if you're a believer, you recognize that when it comes to the churches, your preacher, that might doesn't mean right. In other words, just because they have a lot of clicks online or they have a big church, that's not the determination of whether they have the blessing of God. So, knowing that, what should you do if you encounter that? Today's scripture is from 1 Timothy 6:5, and it reads there, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. So there's a point. When a person or a church or a pastor brags and say, well, look how we're growing. This must be God's blessing. Well, if you're not teaching the right things, or if you're teaching wrong things, or quite frankly, that is what you're looking at as proof that God is with you, well, if you see that, then it's our job to withdraw from them. But here's the thing. What should we be looking out for? The scripture continues on in that same chapter. But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. Those are the things that we should be looking for as proof of God's blessing.
Amen.
All right. Yeah. All right. So we
That's,
got that.
that's it. That's it.
That's good.
You know, a lot of these. That's why a lot of people get fooled.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
think because
it's so easy to say that because that's the mindset. But when you have a church and you're like, okay, well, hey, it's expanding when more people are coming here. Well, you know, that's easy with a business. Oh, the business is good, has a good product, is expanding or whatever, but it's not. It doesn't go hand in hand with that.
Right.
I think people compromise their values and their morals when they.
I mean, they call it tickling the ears, right? That's the whole thing about tickling the ears, because the pastor doesn't want to upset his customer base. If I could say it this way, I mean that with it. They don't want to upset.
Well, their board. You know, most large churches have a board of directors or a board of deacons, I should say, and they don't want to. And a lot of those people on the board of deacons are placed there because they've made large donations to the congregation. So the pastor does not want to upset the money people. So then you run into that kind of thing. So
well, it goes. Well,
I don't know. Hell is hot, Dave.
we talked about this, and because then you have
Is it worth it?
other congregations, which then when there's something wrong, rather than address it, they sweep it under the rug, so it doesn't give the congregation, so to speak, or the church, a bad reputation.
Right.
It's sad how you
Now,
see people change in churches.
oh yeah. Now, Stella thinks we should put Pumpkin in charge of the election. Pumpkin would do it very easily because he would recruit. There he is. He would recruit the bunny from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and if anybody showed up that he didn't like, he'd call out the bunny, and they would go, "Oh, that's nothing but the bunny."
Okay, before we talk about the snake thing, because I know that Richie didn't want to talk about it. Let me run this small commercial here. This is brand new. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Everyone is talking about AI. Nobody's explaining it to you. Ageless Tech changes that. Plain English, no jargon. What AI really is, how to use it at work, at home, and in your business, and how to stay private and safe. 7 chapters, 1 evening, and you are not on the outside anymore. Ageless Tech Volume 1, only at georgemagazine.com.
I got to tell you, it's catching on. People are downloading this ebook. They're reading it and they're like signing up for the updates. And
guys, if this technology that we have here, it's when we came out with Google, everyone was like, "Oh, just Google this." This technology, like even for personal, it's amazing. It really is.
Hold on a second. I have to address Brad because he's throwing bombs into the chat.
You have a thing with Brad.
Well, I love him. He's a bomb thrower, and I have an affection for bomb throwers. Okay, so you have Private. What? I'm a freedom-loving American who thinks it's high time to abolish the entire government and start all over. There's nothing free about this country anymore, except my ability to make these posts on the internet anytime I feel like it and say whatever I want, and go to the store and buy whatever I want, and drive my car wherever I want, and live in my house wherever I want, and so on. Outside of all of those freedoms, I'm not free. That's what he said.
Oh,
like exactly what freedom don't you have?
My goodness, go to a third world country. You know,
go see what those
my
people
husband's
up in Iran
family
are doing.
was a missionary, and they went to third world countries to be missionaries. And these people don't have clothes. I mean, they came to church and had nothing. I want people to realize what you don't have the luxuries of your washer and dryer and dishwasher stuff. Like, you are really asking for it if you wanting that kind of life, because that's what's happening right now, and we see in communism and socialism approaching. I mean,
Maybe
I'm
he's
telling
thinking like
you,
the Montana Freeman free.
They don't.
everybody needs to
They
go
don't
there.
have in some nations. They don't have indoor plumbing.
No, they don't. And you know what?
Think
You know, my
about
husband
that.
said every American needs to go overseas into a third world country, and they'll be begging to get back. Because you know what? You don't know what you have until you lose it, buddy. That's just the way it is. And it's
No.
sad. You think you got it so bad. And of course, we go through trials, and everybody does. You know, nobody has never not went through something.
I
But
don't know.
I
We'll
thank God for America.
we'll
We
wait for
have
him
so much better off than
to
anybody else
comment.
does.
Maybe he wasn't okay. Let's do this rattlesnake one, and we'll finish up here.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone here ever been bit by a snake? Any snake? Just asking. Have you? I've never.
no, I don't tend to. Ugh, that's a sad
Oh,
story.
all right. I don't know what
No,
the.
I've never been. Have you been bitten by a rattlesnake?
No. But I heard you're supposed to suck out the
Nadine.
poison. Are you supposed to suck out the poison?
Yeah, you're supposed to suck it out, but I mean, first of all, the thing bites you, your hand hurts like hell, and and then you got to pull out a knife, and you got to cut your skin between the teeth marks.
No.
Yes,
To get
so
the
you
poison
slice
out.
your hand between the teeth marks, and then suck out the venom and the blood and spit that out, and hopefully you get it out fast enough before it spreads up your arm.
I don't think that's the way you do it.
So you're going to be doing all of that, your hands like, ah!
Oh, you'll be like on them.
And
All right.
That's right.
So this is
Hold on a minute. Sherry dated a snake once. Okay.
all right. Here is the emergency protocol, or one of them. All right, ready? This is the emergency protocol.
Yes.
Here we go.
Not all snakes are venomous, but if someone is bitten by a snake, you'll want to act fast, especially if it's a child or an older person. Here are quick steps you can take if you are faced with this emergency. You will want to get to an emergency room as soon as possible. Time is critical. Antivenom should be given by the doctors as soon as possible if it is needed. Call 911 immediately if the person has any of the following symptoms: nausea, vomiting, dizziness or severe weakness, blurred vision, rapid heart rate or weak pulse, difficulty breathing, or significant swelling at the site of the bite. If you have time, remove jewelry, watches, or any constricting clothing. Clean the bite as best you can, preferably with soap and water, and cover the wound with a dry, clean bandage. If you can safely and without delaying in getting to the ER, take a picture of the snake. Do not apply a tourniquet, attempt to cut out the poison with a blade, or suck it out with your mouth. Do not apply ice or immerse the wound in water. Do not try to touch or handle a living or dead snake.
Now, look, if you're living off the grid in the wilderness, you're gonna have to do something.
I'm telling you. Okay, you're telling me that if I'm like hiking and I get bit, you're not gonna be like, suck out the poison.
You know, you could suck it out itself. You don't have to find somebody else to do, unless it's in a spot where you can't reach. Like
what if it's
bit you
between
on
the
your
toes
face.
and you had to suck that out?
Oh, geez.
Oh my goodness. Oh
You
my
know,
goodness.
It goes back to that. You know, when I used to live in Myrtle Beach, everyone was always worried about the shark attacks. You know, the shark attacks.
That's scary too.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else? Let's see. Today is Wednesday. Anything else, Dave Blaze, for tomorrow, or we got to tell everyone?
Well, yeah, we got a lot of. We're staying on this thing about quantum computing and technology and teleportation and the whole basket of quantum goodness. Q is for quantum, correct? So we're going to stay on that topic for the next 2 days, and we love having Tracy on. She showed. How's that mug?
I love the mugs. Every one of my, you know, one thing about the mugs is when you go to sip it, you have that fat lip. These don't have it. It's like perfect. That's why I keep on buying them, and I'm trying to beat Darren in quantity.
Yeah, I know.
But
the thick ones are rough, and especially when the coffee is hot and you got the thick rim of the mug. It
matters.
There's no way to sip it slow so it doesn't burn your lips.
Right, and these are I'm telling you, they're perfect, and it makes a statement. You know, because we are coming into this future. So I mean, why not? I mean, people are going to be like, "You're cool." So yeah, get you one. Right. I love my shirt.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
He's still trying to figure out how he can put his foot in his mouth and suck the venom out of his toes.
The toes.
He's thinking, no, wait a minute, maybe I can get my foot up that high. How would
should we institute rehearsal again? It's like, oh yeah, you cut it open.
If you have web toes, you're in trouble.
Now listen, not only did I learn that's something that you do in an emergency if you're by yourself or whatever it is, and you can get to the bite. And I also saw it on Gunsmoke. So
it's true. It's true.
They don't put anything on TV.
My dad told me. Yeah, that's how you do it. You just got to.
If it's on Gunsmoke, they're not lying to you.
Yeah.
All right.
The only time I'm going to hurt you.
That's right. That's right. If you're Matt Dillon, you win every gunfight.
Yeah, I know.
Except for the very first episode.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you, Lord willing, tomorrow.
It's always great to have you with us.
Love you guys.
Wonderful. We appreciate you very much.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.